collective attention, collective namaskar, and kundalini.
I bow to all the seekers of spirit. The seeking of spirit has been described by so many people from ancient time. It is nothing new that I am telling you, that a human awareness reaches a point where it starts seeing that there has to be something beyond. And at that time the seeking starts and a person starts looking forward to something that will make that person the spirit. As all the scriptures have described and talked about it, there is no amount of talking is going to improve on that, because spirit is within us. It resides within us in our heart. Now, as it is, you must have heard many people talking about it, that you have to be spirit, that you have to get your self-realization, you have to have self-knowledge, you have to know yourself. But in Sahaja Yoga today, what one has to do is to establish that, to actualize that, to make it an experience of your own. And this is a very big gift, I think a very unique discovery that has come to us, that we can actualize it. Now we have to understand one simple thing, that when the spirit manifests within us, what should happen on the very gross level? What should happen? Firstly, it must be invigorating. Means you must get more energy in the body, you must feel physically better. By going to any process or any method or any experience, if health-wise, if you cannot improve, then must know that it is not the spirit. Because spirit is complete health, or it never gets sick. That is what spirit is. So first thing that should happen to you is that it should be an invigorating life, a very dynamic life. The second thing that should happen to you is that you become a very peaceful and a relaxed personality, not like the ones who were agitated and were angry and shouting. There is nothing to shout and get angry. It's a kind of a fear these people have, perhaps, that if the truth they face or if the reality that comes, they will have no place in this world. That might be one of the reasons which makes them agitated. A person like Christ, about whom people talk and think that Christ is in their pocket, must know that first and foremost thing, the greatness of Christ was that he used a weapon of forgiveness. He was such a peaceful person, and the cross also, that he said that forgive those who are doing this, O Father, because they do not know what they are doing. That kind of a personality, you can say, is a spiritual personality, and not a person who gets agitated and hot-tempered and starts shouting at people. The time today is extremely precarious, which we do not realize. For example, if you ask these people, if Christ comes and stands here, how will they recognize Christ? Is there any way of recognizing Christ? They might be the ones who crucified Christ, because they did not recognize at that time. How will they recognize Christ? Is a very simple question which we never try to answer. There's no way to understand how we are going to recognize Christ. A very, very simple question has no answer, because you cannot. You cannot recognize him, because your awareness cannot make you understand. Like somebody told me that there's somebody who claims that he's Christ. I said, all right, ask him to walk on the water. If he can walk on the water, then think that he's Christ. That's one of the qualities of Christ. Now, whatever is the quality of a particular advent is to be seen in that advent. Every advent has a particular quality which is being already described in the ancient books. You should not accept anybody because he says, I am this and I am that. This is the problem with us, that we get ourselves wedded to some sort of a mental conception, live with it. Our forefathers live with it, their forefathers have lived with it, and ultimately we find there's nothing left. So one has to know that when you, at least when you say that you believe in Christ, how will you recognize if Christ comes in? Is there any method? Is there any sure method that will tell you that he is Christ? There is. If you become the spirit, you have vibrations. You feel the cool breeze. You have a new awareness, a vibratory awareness. The fifth dimension within you rises into that point, by which when you ask, is this Christ? The vibrations will flow tremendously. You will know this is Christ. If he is a fake person, you might even get blisters in your hand. You might even get terrible heat from such a person. But if it is Christ, you will get tremendous breeze in your hand. This is the sign how to make out whether he is Christ or not. That's why he said that you will be calling me Christ, Christ, I won't recognize you. Neither you will recognize him. That's a fact. You live with an idea, with a mental projection, and then you kill all your possibilities, chances of your ascent. You must keep yourself open like a scientist does. Keep yourself open. Your mind should be open. You should not close down by any dogma or any kind of such theory that makes you completely excluded from the rest of the thing, or which makes you non-reflective, which makes you a person who cannot reflect, cannot think anymore about it. Such a personality, if you develop, it is going to be very, very dangerous for you. So the personality should be open, should be receptive to understand. Now, as I told you yesterday, that it is a spontaneous happening, is the happening of the living process with. It is nothing to do with artificial things. Of course, when the churches were established, they tried to do good to people in the sense, they told them that you be in the balance, you keep to the balance and all that. But it went too far with certain things like baptism, I think, that where everybody started putting their hands on top of anyone and said that you are baptized. That's not proper. What we call anadhikar cheshta, means it is unauthorized. To baptize someone is not the authority that you can get from any school, colleges, but you have to get it from God. If you are a realized soul, then you can baptize others. Everybody cannot baptize everyone. Even I don't think Christ's disciples baptized anyone. They did not. It is later on, I don't know how it crawled into the organization, that you could ask somebody to go and baptize someone. William Blake has clearly said that the priest cursed me on my head and I cried and wept. Actually, that person who has to baptize has to be a realized soul, because baptism means awakening of the Kundalini and breaking up this fontanelle bone area open to the subtle. And that you cannot do it, so you better not do it. You are unauthorized. In all humbleness and humility, one must understand that that is not your job. Say, for example, I do not know anything about the machinery or about the car. I start driving. What will happen? That same thing happens with people who do not have the authority to do God's work, start doing God's work. They land everyone into difficulties and ultimately they neutralize themselves. It is high time for all of them now to see that what they have to do through all these institutions is no dogma, nothing like that, but what you have to do is to transform people through their Kundalini awakening, through their real baptism. This is what people have realized, that there's something wrong somewhere, that we are not connected to the base. When it happens, the first thing that happens to you, that you become collectively conscious, as Warren has told you. This collectively consciousness is nothing but that your attention itself, your attention, which is felt on the central nervous system, gets enlightened. In the sense that as like ether, when you touch ether, you can communicate anything from here to every place. In the same way, when you touch that all-pervading power, you can communicate through that power anywhere sitting down here. It is collectively conscious. Moreover, collectively conscious means that you can feel a person, whether he is the person, he is all right, or he has a problem, or his Kundalini is in this part of the body, or if he has got some disease, you can feel also about yourself. That's the sign of light, that you automatically feel how the person is. You may not, out of courtesy in your breathing, say it loudly, or you may not try to inform the person. The other day one lady came to me and she was having cancer, no doubt. But I didn't tell her. I tried, and I think now she's cured. So you don't have to tell the person, because you don't have to achieve anything by telling. What you have to do is to achieve if she can be all right, if you can give them realization. But your attitude is not to cure people. That's not the attitude of the divine, because it has got common sense. If you know that a certain car is going to be a junk forever, it is of no use. You don't repair such cars. So despite the affection and compassion you have for everyone, you want to see that by giving realization to this man who is absolutely good for nothing and all that, you are just going to throw pearls before him. So you don't even want to talk to such a man about realization. Leave alone giving realization. This is such a headache to give realization to a man who is absolutely against God. Like Hitler, for example, if he says that, "Mother, give me realization," what should I do? It is just like that. So you have to have basically a temperament of seeking. If you are a seeker, then you get your realization and you become collectively conscious. With collective consciousness, you can also raise the Kundalini of people. You can cure people. You can mentally improve them. You can settle them with peace. Then, sitting down here, you can tell about everyone what's wrong with that person, and sitting down here, you can try to help that person. It is not a difficult thing at all, because you become that. Like you have seen a television, if it puts to the mains, it starts acting in such a fantastic manner that nobody can believe that this little box can behave like this. In the same way, this little box starts behaving in that fantastic manner. This should happen to you, otherwise you should not believe that you have got realization. It is not a make-believe thing. It is not just a mental understanding that you are twice born. It is none of the things. It is something that has sprouted within you, which has to be. If you are lovers of truth, and if you really respect yourself as people seeking the truth and nothing else, it happens to you and you grow completely in your glory. Secondly, what happens to you is that you start understanding that it is the truth. How? Because supposing there was, as I told you, that there was a gentleman whose father was sick, and he did not know about it, he wanted to know about his father. So I said, all right, you put your hands and ask, how is your father? He just asked his father, and he got a burning sensation on this finger here. So he asked me, I decoded it. I said, this finger relates to this portion, and these are the centers of your father. If it is so, then you better ask your father, but I'm sure he must be down with very bad bronchitis. He telephoned to his mother in Scotland, because she came on the phone and she said, your father is down with very bad bronchitis. Sitting down there, I told him how you can cure him, and after that, 4 or 5 hours, he was out. It can be done. You are that fantastic. You are that glorious. So your attention becomes enlightened. There is no question of you trying to put some spirits into things and doing all these useless things. Only thing what you have to do is to awaken the spirit in that person who is sick, and the spirit takes over. Because it becomes also the truth. You start understanding that this is the truth. Because you verify it. Every moment you verify it. First you think it's a fluke. Sometimes you think by chance. You think, oh, maybe so. Later on you start seeing that it is true, it is so. You put 10 children, if they are realized souls, and there are many these days, even in your country, I have seen lots of children who are born realized. If you tie up their eyes and put one person before them, and you ask them, what's the matter with this man? You tell us, what's the thing? They'll raise one finger, this finger, supposing. You ask him, did you have a heart attack? This shows the heart. Yes, I had. How do you know? I said, all of them are showing one finger, this is the heart. And then you start understanding that this is the truth. There is no argument, there is no other opinion about it, only one opinion, because truth is absolute. Somebody says this is Christ, somebody says that is Christ, somebody says this is Krishna, that is Rama. It is never like that. It is one. The truth is one. You cannot have two.
Saksham Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's collectively ensure that we are comfortably sit, completely relaxed. Let's breathe in and breathe out peacefully. When we breathe in, we inflate the stomach. And when we breathe out, the stomach goes to its normal position. And while breathing in and breathing out, let's just put all our focus on our left heart and continue breathing in and breathing out with full attention on the left heart. Installons-nous confortablement, inspirons profondément et expirons profondément tout en gonflant la partie du ventre. Et pendant que nous inspirons et nous expirons, on met l'attention sur le cœur à gauche. Let's also ensure that we are collective in our heart, that we are completely one in our heart, that we are one in the truth of the Spirit in our heart, and also that we recognize the presence, the glorious presence of the Spirit in our heart, that we surrender to the Spirit in our heart. Prenons le temps de réaliser que nous sommes collectivement installés dans le cœur et que nous reconnaissons la nature de l'Esprit, la présence de l'Esprit dans notre cœur, que nous sommes complètement abandonnés à l'Esprit dans le cœur. 4 times Shri Ganesh from the heart. 4 fois le mantra de Shri Ganesha à partir du cœur. Om Tvameva Saksham Shri Ganesha Saksham Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Saksham Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Complete surrender to the Lord Ganesh. Collectively, as the complete consciousness heart of the Virat, we completely surrender to the Lord Ganesh so that the primordial Muladhara and our individual Muladhara can be completely enlightened, and so that it can bring auspicious to our meditation, auspiciousness in our lives, the joy, purity, innocence, chastity, and all the powers. Remettons-nous collectivement au Seigneur Ganesha pour éveiller ses pouvoirs en nous collectivement et individuellement. Again, complete focus on the left heart. Let's feel all the blessings of the Spirit. Let's recognize the Spirit. Let's surrender to the Spirit. And let's feel all the vibration of the Spirit in our heart, the glow of the Spirit, the presence of the Spirit. The complete presence of the Lord Shiva in our heart. Let's awaken more the connection with the spirit in our heart by saying Shri Shiva Parvati mantra. Éveillons la connexion encore plus profondément avec l'esprit en disant le mantra Shri Shiva Parvati. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Shiva Parvati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Shiva Parvati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Again, complete focus on the left heart and on all the blessings of the Spirit. We need to concretely connect with the Spirit in the heart and concretely surrender to the Spirit, ego, superego, mind, thought, reactions, all the agitation, so that we can become, as Mother described, completely peaceful, full of vibrations, completely detached, full of love, and completely powerful. Are we surrendered? Where is our attention? Now, all attention in Brahmarandra, complete attention in the aspect of the spirit, which is Sadashiva, and again, complete total surrender to the spirit in Sahasrara. À présent, mettons l'attention au niveau du Sahasrara collectif, au niveau du centre du Sahasrara, où se trouve Shri Sadashiva, et remettons-nous complètement à l'esprit. Shri Sadashiva Mantra. Om Tvameva Saksha Shri Sadashiva Saksha Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Where is our attention? Are we surrendered to the spirit in Sahasrara completely, collectively? Where is our attention? Where is our attention? Before finishing the meditation, ask for every day in that state where we are connected with the Spirit, with the primordial Holy Ghost, with Sri Shada Shiva. Let's collectively, as one being, surrender all humanity, all our brothers and sisters, all the yogis, all the struggles that we have as human beings, as yogis, all the darkness and ignorance within us and around us, collectively, completely surrendered to the lotus feet of the Guru, of the Holy Ghost, of the primordial spirit. Last, before finishing the meditation, we need to ask ourselves collectively and individually that question: are we one with the Spirit? Do we feel the joy? Are we above Sasrara? Do we feel the pure energy and pure enlightenment of the Spirit? Do we feel the powerful vibrations of the Spirit? Are we completely relaxed and surrendered? Collective Namaskar with the attention on the Spirit and Kundalini.